Hey guys, welcome back to another video over here on the Chinese Zodiac and horoscopes. Today we're going to be doing a reading for all you guys born in the year of the dragon. It is of course Karmic Wednesdays, and on Wednesdays we have the dragon and the snake, which are the two karmic signs. So let's give these a shuffle up and let's see what is occurring for all my dragon friends this week. Oh. Sometimes I feel I'm getting better with the shuffle, and then I drop a card or two. So I do this with my eyes closed, as to not be influenced by the negative and positives. Okay, let's stop there. Let's take that one from the bottom, that one from the middle, that one from the top. What have we got? Oh, 3 whites. Okay, so things are looking good. Things could be worse right now. It's all seeming positive and happy, so that's good. But as I've always said, and I always try to stress, white doesn't always mean all right, just as much as black isn't an attack. It all depends on the compatibility, and there is a great example of it. That is a great example of white not always being all right, because what we've got there is the dragon's conflict card, which is the dog. The dog is the direct conflict of the dragon. So we've got a bit of, I suppose, in some ways, conflict or something going on, or there is something underlining that may not be so obvious, but it's definitely not affecting your mood. You're definitely in this positive place. The problem with the dragon and the dog is they won't give up. They never give up when it comes to arguments, petty disputes, conflicts. They just will never become, they'll never become at peace with each other. There's a line, and dragons and dogs shouldn't cross that line. They should stay exactly where they are on their side of the line. And I think that's where I think that's where you need to be. Is you need to pick a side. You need to pick a side, and you need to kind of go with that. The indecisiveness, the procrastination, the changing your mind and going from one to the other, or flitting from thought to thought, or idea to idea, or whatever. This isn't going to serve you very well in the future. So you need to pick an idea. You need to pick a sort of dream. You need to pick a kind of mindset and go with that. You need to pick a side. You need to choose. You need to choose where you're at. And this is a protective card as well. This is one of protection. So you're obviously quite happy where you are right now because you're trying to look after it. You're trying to protect it. You're trying to sort of be in this space as much as you possibly can, because you know, as much as most people know, is like these things don't last forever. These nice periods of positivity and happy phases, these ups, they don't last forever. What goes up must come down, of course. That dog is a protective card, though dragons don't necessarily need protecting. They don't need protecting. So we're moving into a catalyst card here. The pig. Slow changes are happening. Slow things are starting to come into effect. This is a good card. This is a card of, I think, in some ways, a shift that you need to happen. You want to happen. You've been waiting to happen. It's a catalyst card that people can get on board with because it's not in your face. It's not just thrust out there. It's not like the rabbit catalyst card, which comes in really quickly and you don't have time to prepare for it. It's the opposite to that. It's a lot slower. You can kind of see it coming. Some of the times you're actually the one working on that change, making that change happen for yourself. And it's definitely not like the sheep card, where it's like sort of thrust into your face. It's thrown at you. You've got no sort of defense against it, and it can really knock you back, and it can really push you down, and it can really affect your confidence. The pig catalyst, and if you want to know more about these catalyst cards, hit that subscribe button, because we're going to be doing more videos on that in the future. But the pig catalyst card is a very slow one that lets you adapt to it. And you're very adaptable, dragons. You're very adaptable, and the boar is a good card for you. I think right now the changes that are coming and the changes that are starting to, take effect, these are ones, again, that I think that you have kind of been waiting for. You've been wanting. I mean, you like this place right now. You like this place, but you need to be careful not to grow attached to it. Like I say, what goes up must come down. And you may be flying high right now, dragon people, But it only takes one thing to knock you out the sky, and then you'll plummet. And when you hit the floor, yeah, we're going to leave this space behind quite rapidly. And it does happen. I'm not trying to take away your high, not trying to kill your vibe, but I do have to be a bit of a Buzz Killington at the moment when I need to look at this and think, oh yeah, this is all great, this is all good, this is all sort of pushing you in a kind of direction that you want to go in. But don't expect too much. Don't get confident. Don't get cocky here. Be aware that, and just like that pig, humble, remain humble, and be aware that, again, anything can change at any one moment. And that pig, again, is an example of that. It's a catalyst card. And we have got some sort of conflict waiting in the wings here. There's something here that you're kind of trying to keep out. You're trying to keep away from. You're trying to stop it entering your space, whether it be intrusive thoughts, whether it be toxic people or toxicity in general. You're trying to keep that away from you at the moment because you're in this positive place, and this catalyst card has come in here to say, right, we're going to shift now. We're going to start moving into I want to say maybe into a better place, but I mean, who can tell, because it all depends on the compatibility of this card here. And this card here is a result of where you're sort of working hard to protect this space. We got another catalyst card. There's that rabbit catalyst card, the white rabbit. Okay, so we are going to come quickly out of this. This is a shift now, that when this change starts to happen, that ball starts to roll, it's going to snowball, and it's going to snowball quite quickly. And again, a good card. It's not necessarily a bad card. The rabbit and the dragon are relatively compatible. They do get along relatively well. I think right now, dragons, you need to have your lines of communication open. You need to express yourself. You need to talk to people and explain to people that you are trying to achieve, I don't know, a goal, a mindset, something, and you don't necessarily need support, but being reminded of it or being put back on that path now and again would be appreciated. You know? Sometimes it's good to have that support and have vigilant people around you. Say, for example, you wanted to give up a bad habit. You would ask that person to say, look, I don't necessarily need support with this. I mean, I can do it. But if I do start to slip and you do see me start, doing that, then could you just call me up on it? Call me up on it, because I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to improve. Communication is a good idea, but it's not a necessity. Right now, as I say, you've made good choices. You're making the right judgments. You're being tactful. Your tactfulness as well. Your ability to adapt. You're a doer. You're part of that doer triangle, which means when things start to happen or there's a problem, you can swoop in, and usually, more often than not, you find a solution, and that solution comes quite easily for you. Right now, I think you're kind of flying problem free. But the things are about to change. Now, this could go up and continue. Your streak could follow you. This could follow you, and you could have a streak here where you're flying up for weeks. But there is a change, and that change is going to happen this week. Whether it be good or bad is going to depend on what happens as we move on through into the next week. But right now, you're feeling good about it. Right now, you're feeling quite optimistic. Right now, we've got this kind of catalyst change shift happening, but you are very much aware of how much it needs protecting and how much you need to look after yourself. But just remember, what does go up will come down, and it will come down eventually. It will. And I think that's why you're being protective of this. But we'll see how these changes work out for you, won't we, next week? Because we'll be back and we'll be doing another video for the dragons next Wednesday. I'll be back later on this afternoon with a reading for the snake people. So if I don't see you then, I will see you next week. Thanks for watching, guys. Love and peace.